Good evening, everyone. It's what everybody is talking about today across western New York.
Channel 2 Sports Director Ed Kilgore joins us now with more on the Sabres win this morning. Ed.
Which was terrific because finished my sportscast last night, went down and saw 3.5 periods of great hockey. How does one describe the feeling of being there for what will go down as the greatest game in Sabres history? Countless times it looked like the Sabres had beaten the New Jersey Devils. And countless times it looked like the Devils had it won. Unbelievable. Let's take a look now. Maybe no sequence better illustrates the agonies and ecstasies. Second overtime, Dale Howardchuk looks like he's got it won. He beats Martin Brodeur. Despite hitting 2 posts, the puck doesn't go in. And then just moments later, Howardchuk almost accidentally does something the Devils couldn't do with 70 shots. That's beat Dominik Hasek. Look at that. The puck just wide. Finally, in the fourth overtime, the 6th longest in playoff history, Dave Hannon gets the game winner at 5:34 to force a 7th game. Here's Dave.
All night we had some chances, and finally one just snuck out on Brodeur, and boom, I just grabbed it and got in the backhand and fired as hard as I could, and I seen the red light went on, and I said, you know what, there's just no way that you could disallow that goal. I mean, we had a couple of bad goals disallowed for whatever reasons, but we fought back through that, and that's a credit to our hockey club.
I think the players were more tired than me, probably, the other players, because the shot in the overtime wasn't so hard, and the players didn't handle the puck so well, so I think it was easy for the goalies.
Well, the crowd stuck around for this one. Again, almost 2:30 in the morning. Hasek, the number 1 star, 70 saves. And there will be a Game 7 at New Jersey. I can hardly wait. And, of course, we'll have more on this fantastic game along with the Bills schedule coming up in just a bit.
What an ordeal for those guys, physically.
It was. They were getting tireder and tireder. You could see that effort there. And it's a shame there had to be a loser. New Jersey also played very well, but it's going to be a great 7th game.
Yeah, and everybody will be as tired, right?
Right.
Equally tired. Well, you checked Ed's eyes there. I'm sure there are a lot of bleary eyes. And some late arrivals for work this morning. About 10,000 of the fans went the distance at the Odd last night. Channel 2's West Goforth found some of them.
And now Guerin stretching for a good shot wide.
Lots of hockey fans dream about drama like this. Few stick around to witness it. Rob Hummel returned to the Odd this morning just 8 hours after leaving it to buy season tickets for next year.
Because there's 5 seats left for the season tickets I want.
So it was good enough last night to sell at least one fan season ticket.
Yep, sure was.
Night manager David Salisbury usually closes the Sports City Grill before 2 in the morning, but not last night.
A lot of people sitting on the edge of their seats and on their hands. We had a pretty good crowd. It's time to close up. Couldn't close up. Nobody wanted to leave.
Now, each time the Devils went down the ice last night, of course, it could have been the end of the Sabres season, but fans at the Odd say they kept getting farther and farther out on the corner of their seat.
It was wild. The place was going crazy. It was just such a tremendous game that everybody was into it, the bitter end. I've never seen the fans in the Odd that into a game.
Clear right out in front. Backhand by Hannon. He scores! Game 7!
And now Game 7 tomorrow night at New Jersey. What'll a game like last night's mean then?
I think it should help the Sabres in the matter of with New Jersey being such a much larger team. I would think it's going to have more of an effect on their guys, the muscle guys.
Well, if things do go right, tickets for the next series go on sale at the Odd Saturday morning. West Goforth, Channel 2 News.
So, right?
Absolutely. I mean, we're just talking, whoever wins Game 7 tomorrow night may have a little problem going into the next series. But, hey, I'm telling you, the Sabres don't care about that at this point. No matter what happens in Game 7 tomorrow night at New Jersey, nobody who was there will ever forget last night's 4-overtime classic at the Odd. Simply a fantastic hockey game. Dominik Hasek unbeatable. 70 saves in over 125 minutes. Look at the stop here on Stephane Richer. And Lady Luck snarling at the Sabres. Ken Sutton comes up with what looks to be a goal here. However, referee Terry Gregson rules that Jason Daw interfered with Martin Brodeur in the crease, so no goal. Later, Wayne Presley's goal ruled a goal by Gregson, overturned by instant replay off the skate. Incidentally, replay officials are instructed to disallow goals kicked in regardless of whether they feel it's intentional or not. And Hasek keeps the Sabres in it as the two teams continue their relentless pace into the early hours. And finally, 5 minutes, 34 seconds into the fourth overtime, as Jason Daw helps set it up, Dave Hannon beats Brodeur, who, watch him, he falls down here. And yes, maybe there was a skate in the crease, but it counts. And that ends at 1-0 and forces a Game 7 tomorrow night at the Meadowlands.
I guess it's a shame somebody has to lose. I mean, both teams really great effort. The goalkeeping was fantastic at both ends. There wasn't a bad player on either bench. I mean, everybody played well. What can you say? I would have to think that Jersey's kind of surprised to see us still around.
You know, you got to give credit to a guy like Dominic Hasek. I mean, he stopped how many shots? 70 shots, and Brodeur played a great game. And you know, it had to end sometime, and I'm sure glad one of the white guys in our team scored the goal and get out of here.
Like I said, you know, I had more energy in the 7th period than I did in the 3rd period. So once it came around to that point, we just wanted to, you know, get the game over with and win. And, you know, what a great feeling.
And finally, the NFL has released the 94. In the 4th overtime, 6th longest in playoff history, Dave Hannon gets the game winner at 5:34.
This win is 1 of 4, and that's all it is. We had to win this game, and we came out and did it, and we're taking them one game at a time, and, you know, you got to win 16 games to win the Cup, and we've got 3 of them right now. We're going for our 4th in 2 days.
I don't know. I guess everybody's just going to have to do the best they can to recuperate and try and come back with a big effort on this product.
So it'll be Game 7 tomorrow night at the Meadowlands in New Jersey, the Brendan Byrne Arena, and that's going to be very interesting.
One team's goal once decided a 4-overtime playoff game for the Islanders. Any similarities to last night?
Well, there were some similarities because I saw some people sleeping in the stands.
And when you're running on adrenaline, having 10,000 fans in the seats at 2 a.m. can only help.
I've always heard about the great fans in Buffalo. I haven't been here that long, but they certainly demonstrated how good they were last night. I mean, I think that's one of the noisiest crowds I've heard in a long time.
By late this afternoon, the Sabres were ready to head out for New Jersey. Thoughts already turned toward Game 7 tomorrow night, realizing that despite the heroics of a once-in-a-lifetime performance, their mission isn't completed yet.
And the man who decided things last night had a few words for the fans.
I get out of the dressing room probably by 2:45, and there's fans outside, you know, waiting and congratulating. And I mean, that's just a great feeling when the Sabre fans want to see that kind of hockey and that kind of outcome. And I think they deserve it just as much as our hockey club.
Like many of the fans at the Odd last night, these guys say they'll hit the sack early tonight.
And who can blame them for that? If things go the Sabres' way tomorrow night, tickets will go on sale to the general public Saturday morning for the next round of the playoffs. The lines will be long, Lori. Let's hope things go well for Buffalo.
It's hard to believe people could sleep in the stands with all that excitement there last night.
Caught the last 3 periods of the doubleheader at the Odd. While both the Sabres and the New Jersey Devils were exhausted following that twin bill in the Odd last night, the Sabres are probably a little less tired going into Game 7 tomorrow night at the Meadowlands. And, of course, Dominic Hasek, the best in the game, healthy appendix or not. 1 goal, tough to come by.